Good morning. We have a working from home schedule. Like 3 days per week we have to go to office and 2 days you can work from home. But you can't decide which day you working from home because entire team need to come to office on the same day. So therefore we have desired dates. Today is a working from home day, though I am going office. Because last 2 days I had to go to a customer place, so then I missed to go to office, and then these days I'm kind of hiring interns. I need 10 interns, so I have few interviews to do, so I'm going to office. So now you might ask, why you have to go to office to do an interview? You can do it online. Yeah, we first level interviews were done online, but the last and the final interview I want to do in person, physical, and so that's why I go to office. When I create like a one video per month, then I don't miss your comments. But when I frequently creating content, most of the time I miss your comments. I mean, if you're commenting within a day or two, yeah, I read that comment. But when you're commenting after weeks, most probably I'm missing that comment. So sometimes I feel bad about that because you ask questions, then I didn't see the question, so I couldn't answer to you. So therefore, I'm starting a new segment. Once a week, I'm doing a video to answer your question. That video is a Q&A video. You can ask anything you want. It can be technical, it can be non-technical, personal, professional, anything you can ask. I'm gonna answer those questions in that video. You can send questions to my Facebook page or my Instagram. Then I'm going to collect those questions and answer those questions during that Q&A video. So as a starting episode to that new segment, I collected some questions from my comments and Instagram and like Facebook messages. So I'm going to answer those questions in this video. So first question is, for this list, I'm sorry, I forgot to take the name who asked the question. So I don't have that name right now. So, but the question is important, not the name. Is it bad to use HTTP 1 these days? No, it is not bad, but the real question is why you need to use HTTP 1. But if you have edge case, like you have a device like a sensor or something which only support HTTP 1, yeah, it's okay. But even more modern like devices, or even like a board like a ESP boards, so those are supporting HTTP 1.1. So there is no really requirement to use HTTP 1 protocol. But if you want, you can use, nothing wrong with it. So next question is, why did you leave US and are you regretting about the decision you took? If you're moving again, which country you prefer to move? So it is not that I'm regretting about moving out from US, because after I'm moving out, I met best people I met in my life and I enjoyed best days in my life. So I'm not regretting about it, because if I didn't leave US, maybe I never met those people and maybe I never enjoy those days in my life. So those are the best days, so I'm not regretting about it. If you're moving again, it is not about the country. Most of the time it is what I have to do. What is, if I can do some interesting thing, if I can live my life in a meaningful way where I enjoy it, so then that would be the country. I don't have a very specific country. Yeah, I have a few things in my mind, like everyone, but I'm not dying I must go to this country or something like that. So what is the one advice you can give to someone who just passed out from the university? Find your passion. So that is the most important thing. That is where most people get struggle and lose their career and ruin everything. So find your passion. Don't do things because someone else is doing. Find your passion, find what you most like to do, and do that in rest of your life. So that is the best advice I can give. How did you learn this much of things? What is your learning strategy? So that's the last question. So here's the thing. When I get to learn something new, what I do is I learn the basics. I never learn how to do part. I always learn how it working part, because when you do so, you have answers for all the fundamental questions. For example, when I moved to Node.js and Nest.js from Java, I learned exactly how Node.js works, how it handles the threads, how the concurrency handling, how the libview and all those internal thing works. Every single thing I learned. So when I learned that, I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I know exactly limitation, and I know exactly what are the things I can do. In that case, it helped me to solve any problem coming on my way. So if you happen to learn something new, do that theory. So learn what you're dealing with in a fundamental way. So then you don't have to depend on anything else, or you don't have to turn back on half your way, because you know what you're doing and you know what your limitation and you know what you have to do. Most of the time I'm referring official documentation, and then I go like forums and everything. Why? Because why you have to depend on official documentation? Because they are the best people who knows how their product works. So that is what I do. And then when I learn that, I'm teaching that to someone else. Probably sometime I teach myself. I have the glass board in my office room. I just drew it here and I'm teaching, like pretending someone is there, and I'm teaching it. So when you're teaching it, you find the missing pieces. So that is the most important thing. When you learn something, you need to teach it. When you teach it, you feel like, okay, this part is missing, I don't understand that part. So you go back and you learn it. Why? Because otherwise your brain trick you thinking that you know it. But when you're putting out the word, only you really know that you don't know it. So only 4 questions I got today, and send if you have anything to ask from me, and if so, I'll take those questions in the next video. Until then, stay safe, take care.